everybody, and welcome back to another edition of Multiplex Fandom Fights. I am your host once again, Brian the MacGuffin Michaels. With me today, I have Cameron the Conductor Holzman. Cameron, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. Last time I hosted a match, it was a travesty. Hopefully, this is less of that.
Well, they really shouldn't put the two of us together then, because I'm not much better when it comes to hosting, especially when they throw me into fandom, where I kind of know what I'm doing.
It's a shame that we're going to burn down fandom this early in the season.
It's so early in the season, too. It's really a shame. But today we got a great match coming up. We got two debuts in the fandom singles division. We have Brooklyn, the big boss man, Vail.
The big
Canadian
boss
man, Vail. Can't leave that part out. Going against someone who might be the most infamous person in Multiplex, and you don't even know who he is. And that is Eli, the Boatman, who is known best for, let's say, attacking Caleb Boatman at the end of a certain match. But we'll let them talk about that. Let's go ahead and throw to their promos.
Caleb, I just want to tell you, if I lose this match, I'm going to hurt you so bad. Like, I don't think you understand how much stronger I am than you. I can do like 50 push-ups more than you, and I can only do 50 push-ups. Okay?
Please hurt me again. I still have the bruises from last time.
I don't want to ruin like my reputation in fandom, because I've been working for this, and I do not want a horrible manager ruining my career.
Okay. Well, I will. Okay. Anything to say about Brooklyn?
Well, who am I facing? Brad? All right, it's kind of hard to remember his name when nobody ever talks about him. But
okay.
What's his
name?
That's
not very nice, but okay. Okay, are you ready to start the match?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Well, Razzies were I know they were this weekend. I think Razzies were yesterday. If you want to get in for worst performances, yeah, I would try to go into that realm. Maybe you're eligible for next year. You're probably a top runner. But yeah, I'm the big Canadian boss man, Brooklyn Vail, the leader of the New British Empire. Maybe if you actually watched the match, Mr. Eli, you would realize how great I am. I am here to do one thing and to do one thing only, to prove that any ordinary schmuck can win a fandom match. I did not study for this at all, did not prepare for this. Eli is just a meme. He is a meme, and that is all he will be. And I'm just going to win, and then I'm going to peace out, because I don't care about fandom. My players care about fandom, and like whatever, if they want to succeed, great. But for me, I have bigger fish to fry.
All right, well, these are two rookies that are hungry to make their debuts here, already throwing words at each other, and one of them at their own manager. And I can't condone physical violence, but, it's Boatman. So
yeah, and they're actually in the same household right now, so it's only a few steps. And
so if we keep the camera running afterwards, you guys might get a show.
It feels like Eli wants to beat Caleb more than he wants to beat Brooklyn.
I wonder if he'll throw the match just so he can beat Caleb. Maybe.
I guess we'll find out. Should we bring in the players?
All right, let's bring them all in. Their formal introductions. Introducing first, accompanied by his manager, Caleb Boatman. It is Eli, the Boatman. Any final words for your player there, Caleb?
Do good, please. And don't be too mean. I still need to keep this. Yeah.
All right, that's enough from you. All right, and introducing the second, also making his debut in fandom, it is Brooklyn, the big Canadian boss man, Vail.
Sandwich boy.
Let the hate flow through you, Eli. Let the hate flow through you.
All right, with that, we are going to get straight into round one. Round one works just like it does everywhere else. There will be 10 questions worth 1 point each. If you get them all right, you'll be eligible for another bonus question, also worth 1 point. Throughout the match, you have 3 repeats to use, and you have 1 challenge. Are there any questions? No. All right, then let's get started. Not Brooklyn. Cameron, why don't you take us away with question number 1?
I can do that. Your first question today comes in the category of Middle Earth. Who is the first person to join the Fellowship in Fellowship of the Ring?
Since you're both debuting, just a reminder, you have 15 seconds from the time question is read to answer.
I think this is a good movie. This is my second favorite of the original Lord of the Rings trilogy.
5,
Two Towers, though, gotta
4,
be the best one.
3, 2, 1. Markers down. Go ahead, Cameron.
Oh, and we will go to Eli.
I have no idea, but I am gonna win.
We will find out later whether or not that is correct, but we can't give you a point for that right now. Brooklyn.
I think I'm wrong. It's Aragon.
That is incorrect. The answer is Gandalf the Grey. It is Gandalf. Brian, take it away with question number 2.
Question number 2 comes in the category of the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. What was the first film in Phase 2 of the MCU?
The MCU, of course, bring us such classic films as Batman v Superman, Catwoman, and The Hobbit.
You aren't competing in fandom, are you, Cameron?
My team debut aired this morning.
So if you are, I'd be happy to take you on as your opponent if these were your kind of answers. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, because then I might actually get a win. Markers down. I will start with Brooklyn.
Captain America: Winter Soldier.
And Eli.
I was about to write Spider-Man something. I just wrote it 2.
No, I'm afraid the answer is Iron Man 3.
All right, your third question comes in the category of scores and soundtracks, and I apologize because it's a scores question. Who composed the score for War for the Planet of the Apes? This movie is incredible.
Both players rushing to their boards to write down their answers.
We just watched this today.
This movie's so good. Like,
Just write down somebody who writes scores. You have a chance. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Markers down.
we'll start with Eli
Said John Williams.
and Brooklyn.
I went with obligatory score answer number 2, Hans Zimmer.
You should have gone with obligatory score answer number 3. It is Michael Giacchino.
Brings us to question 4. Still a tie game. Anybody's game. In the category of Oscars. What is the last Pixar film to be nominated for Best Animated Feature?
Okay.
Not to give an exact date on when this is happening, but the Oscars are definitely happening tonight. So, yeah.
We have to keep up the facade that we're having this on live on the day it airs. Come on.
Oh, sorry. Happy Mother's Day, everybody.
It is fandom. Better say Halloween. All right. I'm going to go to Brooklyn first.
Toy Story 4.
And Eli.
Toy Story 4.
Both correct.
Both are on the board. The game is still tied. As we move to question number 5, in the category of Star Trek. What U.S. city do Kirk and crew travel to in Star Trek IV, The Voyage Home? And I will give you a hint. The past is not a U.S. city. You can't just say the past. They do travel there, but
Maybe there is a city somewhere in the country called the past.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was. There's stupider places than that.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There's the intercourse,
Repeat the
Pennsylvania. Oh, repeat.
Repeat. All right, that is Brooklyn's first repeat. What U.S. Sorry, in the category of Star Trek, what U.S. city do Kirk and crew travel to in Star Trek IV, The Voyage Home? And I have just gotten a notification on my phone that this match is currently happening, so that's good to know.
5. I thought you were going to say currently airing. 4, 3, 2, 1. Markers down.
And we will go to Eli
Said New York City.
and Brooklyn.
I actually just use a repeat to complete the phrase "fuck U.S. geography questions."
I do agree with you, but that is not the correct answer. The answer is San Francisco. The whales, guys. The whales.
All right. Brings us to the next question in the category of Pixar. Who directed The Incredibles?
Good old animated directors. Questions that do get asked, and most people are annoyed by them.
I just hate that so many of them have like multiple directors. That annoys me.
Who directed Spider-Man Into the
Five,
Spider-Verse? Name
four,
all 17
please.
people.
2.
Sorry,
Sorry?
was that a repeat from me?
Repeat.
Oh, for Eli? Okay. All right. In the category of Pixar, who directed The Incredibles?
I'll give you a hint. It's not a U.S. state, Brooklyn, so you should be okay. It is not Joe Montana.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Markers down. I'll start with Brooklyn.
It's Brad Bird.
And Eli.
Brad Bird.
Wow, still tie game.
Pulls it out. Tie game as we go into Wizarding World. Who do Dumbledore and Harry visit at the start of the Half-Blood Prince? And I'll say we're just looking for one person. This is, in my opinion, the best Wizarding World movie. It is my favorite. I think it's incredible. It's
Yeah,
dark
this
and
is
gritty,
by
but
far my weak point. I'm giving away everything for anybody who ever plays me in fandom, but yeah. I know nothing about Harry Potter. 4, 3, 2, 1. Markers down.
and we will go to Eli.
I said Gollum.
That sounds like something Brian would write, but that's incorrect. Brooklyn.
Ollivanders, question mark.
That is also incorrect. We are looking for Professor Horace Slughorn, the man who turns into a chair.
Rats.
No, slugs.
Yes, they didn't have the big crossover until Deathly Hallows. That's when they entered the Lord of the Rings area. So. All right, next category will be in the category of Star Wars. In Attack of the Clones, what planet does Obi-Wan find the clone army?
Good old Attack of the Clones, the best Star Wars movie.
The only one I haven't seen.
The Academy Award winner for Best Original Screenplay with such great lines as, I don't like sand. Of course, it's rough. It's irritating.
At the beginning there,
It
I
gets
wasn't sure if you
everywhere.
were being sarcastic, and I was about to cut you out of this stream. Just saying.
Oh, no, this movie's awful.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Markers down, Brooklyn.
I just wrote a big middle finger.
That is actually correct. And
That
Eli.
actually looks more like a big toe, but
Huh.
No, I'm afraid that is on the planet of Camino.
all right, gentlemen, your penultimate question. You're welcome, Brian. I got you. Comes in the category of Marvel. These are films based on Marvel comics outside of the MCU. I know my lines. In Logan, what is Logan's occupation at the start of the film? I love this movie. This, up until like 2 weeks ago when I rearranged my list, was in
Never
my top
seen
10
it.
of all time. I mean, it is like a hard R movie, so
Well, so I don't know if Eli's be able to see it. I don't know how old he is, so we'll find.
there's actually only
5,
this is one of the few movies that
4,
was actually 18A in
3,
Canada as well.
2, 1. Markers down.
And we will go to Eli.
I said he is a bartender.
That's a good guess, but that is incorrect. And Brooklyn.
He's a chauffeur.
Chauffeur is absolutely acceptable. Chauffeur, limo driver, we would have accepted either phrasing.
For the
And now,
first
Brian,
lead
for
of the
last
game.
question.
As we go into the last question of round 1 in the category of DreamWorks Animation. In Kung Fu Panda, what kind of animal is Poe's adoptive father?
I like this movie. I think it's fine.
I
Ian
like all
McShane-
three of them. The third one kind of just kind of like, but I enjoy them all.
Ian McShane is great in this movie, though.
Yeah.
Although he's great in everything, though he's not in a lot of great movies.
Usually, I would like to see his Deadwood character in this movie, though. Just see animated cussing the whole time. 5,
And also Winston from John Wick.
3, 2, 1. Markers down, Brooklyn.
I think it's a duck.
And Eli.
I said crane.
Both so close. It's actually a goose. It's a goose.
Oh,
Tis a
All right, so that concludes round 1. Brooklyn with a slight lead with 3 points to Eli's 2 points. which is going to bring us into round two. Round two, of course, being the wheel round. In this round, there will be 8 categories in the wheel, plus spinners and opponent's choice. You can give the wheel a spin. If you like it, you can keep that category. If you don't, you can spin again, but you will be stuck with that second spin. There will be... What?
I don't need my whiteboard, do I?
You don't need whiteboards
Not for this round, no.
There will be 5 questions in your category worth 2 points each. If you want, you can go to multiple choice, but that changes the value to 1 point, and there is stealing available if you get it wrong. Any questions before we move on? No? Okay. All right. I am going to
just
first...
a reminder, you each have 2 repeats and your challenge still left.
Yes. Okay. So let me bring up the wheel here. And I will also bring in Eli's manager. Okay. The categories for today are Pixar, DreamWorks Animation, Quotes, Marvel, Star Wars, Planet of the Apes, Middle-earth, Disney Animation, and then there's, of course, also spinners and opponent's choice. Brooklyn, you have a slight lead. Would you like to spin first or defer?
I'll go first.
Okay, so, Brooklyn, this will be your first spin. Opponent's choice.
Okay,
All
we
right.
talked about this. We want to give them Star Wars, right?
Yeah. Are you sure?
Or what else are you thinking?
What else are his weaknesses? Star Wars.
I mean, he wasn't great at Middle Earth, but he at least wrote down a guess for Middle Earth.
I'm not good at Middle Earth, so let's go. Star
Wars. Okay. Well, yeah. So let's go Star Wars because then you can get steals.
Yeah.
If you
Star
get
Wars? Okay. Then we'll go Star Wars. Karen, would you like to go ahead and read Brooklyn his questions in Star Wars?
I can do that if I can find where they are. There they are. Yes. All right. Brooklyn, your first of 5 questions in the category of Star Wars. Reminder that multiple choice is available. In Attack of the Clones, Anakin and Padme go to who for information first about Anakin's mother?
Multiple choice.
Is it A, Klieg Lars, B, Watto, C, Obi-Wan, or D, Yoda?
Yoda.
That is incorrect, Eli, for a 1-point steal. Do you want to hear the options again?
Does that count as a repeat?
It does not.
Not the options.
Can I hear them again, please?
Your options are A, Klieg Lars, B, Watto, C, Obi-Wan, or D, Yoda.
I'm going to say B.
B as in boy?
Yes.
That is correct for a 1-point steal. Watto is the answer. Brooklyn, your next question in Star Wars. In The Empire Strikes Back, what does Vader tell Lando to do with Leia and company after Han has been frozen?
Multiple choice.
Is it A, freeze them all, B, take them to his ship, C, hand them over to Jabba, or D, kill them?
Hand them over to Jabba.
That is incorrect, Eli, for a steal. Your options, once again, are A, freeze them all, B, take them to his ship, C, hand them over to Jabba, or D, kill them.
I'm going to say B again. Take them to a ship.
That is correct once again for a 1-point steal. All right, Brooklyn, your third question in the category of Star Wars is, in The Last Jedi, how many lessons does Luke say he will give Rey about being a Jedi?
I think 3 is the obligatory answer. 3.
That is correct for a big 2 points. Your fourth question in Star Wars, or as some might want me to say, your penultimate question in Star Wars. How many Star Wars films has James Earl Jones lent his voice to Vader? And I will clarify, Rise of Skywalker does not count because it is not eligible to be asked questions about.
That's fair.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat the question.
That is Brooklyn's second repeat. In how many Star Wars films has James Earl Jones lent his voice to Vader? Reminder that Rise of Skywalker does not count. The moment it starts counting, half of the people in this community are going to be mad, and the other half are going to think, "Yeah, okay."
Okay,
That
I'm
seems
gonna
to
go.
be-
I'm gonna go with this answer, but I feel like I'm probably wrong. 5.
For a big 2 points. For those wondering, the films
It's
are
the
A New
OG trilogy, Revenge of the Sith, and then it would also be Rogue One.
That
Correct.
is entirely correct. Yep. And your final question in Star Wars. In A New Hope, where does the escape pod take C-3PO and R2-D2 at the start of the film?
Dear God, I might actually know this. Multiple choice.
Is it A, Tatooine, B, Coruscant, C, Endor, or D, Naboo?
Tatooine.
That is correct for a point.
Oh, jeez.
All right. Brooklyn coming out of that with 8 points in total at the end of that, getting 5 points in that round, but Eli getting 2 points in steals.
That's
Let's
right.
bring
As we
it
go
back
into
up.
Eli's side, I might just want to say Coruscant is the worst spelling I've ever seen here in the document, but we won't count them all. All right, bringing back Caleb. And here will be Eli's first spin.
Spin it.
Oh no.
And
Also
that is
opponent's
also opponent's choice.
Alrighty, let's see here. We got
Do you hear the categories again?
No, I think I'm pretty sure I know what I'm giving him. Let's go with quotes.
All right, we're going to give him quotes.
Alrighty then.
Okay, well, it's okay. Just don't forget you have multiple choice. You'll be fine.
Isn't Eli supposed to be a heel or something? Like, I thought you're supposed to be menacing and like intruding and like a needler. Where is that? Like where? Come on.
Maybe he's just being professional in game,
Well,
Who knows?
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. Goodbye, Caleb. All right, let me get to the question. I will ask you your questions in quotes. All right, question number 1, Eli. What Pixar film has the line, "Shark bait, ooh,
Finding Nemo.
That is correct for 2 points. Question 2. What live-action Disney character says, "Did everyone just see that? Because I will not be doing it again."
Multiple choice.
Is it A, Oz the Great and Powerful? I'm sorry, this is a character. A, Oz, B, Ben Gates, C, Jack Sparrow, or D, Gaston?
I'm gonna say C.
That is correct for 1 point. Question 3. What Marvel film features the line, "Bonesaw is ready"?
I was really hoping you'd read it in the character voice. But I don't think we're allowed to do that because
I don't want to give away anything more.
Yeah.
Multiple choice.
Is it A, Kick-Ass, B, Kingsman: The Golden Circle, C, Spider-Man, or D, Fantastic Four?
B.
So you said D?
B. Boy.
B is incorrect. Brooklyn with a 1 point steal.
played by Macho Man Randy Savage, who was in Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah! All right, 1 point steal for Brooklyn.
Bonesaw is ready.
All right. Question 4 in quotes. What DC villain says the line, "I believe whatever doesn't kill you simply makes you stranger"?
Even given the little pause before the word stranger.
Multiple choice.
Is it A, the Joker, B, the Riddler, C, Lex Luthor, or D, Ozymandias?
I'm gonna say Joker.
That is correct for 1 point.
Dang it, I should have said that before.
As of right now, the only Joker to ever win an Oscar. Give it about 5 hours and that might be different.
And the last question in movie quotes. What Star Wars film features the line, "Afraid I would leave without a goodbye kiss"?
Empire Strikes Back.
That is correct for 2 points. 2 big points. All right. At the end of that round, I have Eli with 10 points and Brooklyn with 9. Is that what you have?
That's also what I have. This is a very, very close
All right.
match.
The lead has changed. We now have Eli in the lead by 1 point as we head into round 3, which is our betting round. In our betting round, there are going to be 5 questions. You may bet either 0, 1, or 2 points. We are going to have you we can give you the category, have you place your bet on your whiteboard. We'll call on you, show us what your bet is. Then we'll ask the question, and you will write your answers on your board just like in round 1. Any questions? No? Okay. All right. So, Cameron, how about I will keep track of scores, and I will let you ask all the questions in this round?
Sounds good.
Okay. The first question is going to be in the category of MCU. How much would you like to bet for that?
Right. We bet the donut here. Just go 0.
All right.
Okay, Eli, how much betting?
0.
Okay,
What a
and
shocker.
2.
Brooklyn's betting 2 big points. Okay, Eli, we do still want you to answer just for stats purposes.
Right.
Okay, go ahead, Cameron.
Okay. Oh, Eli, this is still a whiteboard round.
Oh,
And
All
take
right.
the train, maybe.
No worries. Oh, yeah, and get rid of Boatman. Eli and Brooklyn, your question in the category of MCU. Who directed Captain America: The First Avenger? I think this is a fantastic MCU movie. I think it's a fantastic movie outside of the MCU, but that's just me.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Markers down.
And we will start with Eli.
I have no idea, but I love that movie.
And Brooklyn.
Joe Johnston.
That is correct for a big 2 points. Brooklyn is now up 11-10 against Eli, with the next question coming in the category of Star Wars. And we can bring Boatman in.
Let's bet 1 here, Eli.
Are you sure? Yeah.
We're behind, and we need to make up some ground. And even, or do you not feel comfortable betting? What do you think? If you don't feel like you want to bet, that's fine. But we got to make up some ground here, and Brooklyn's not gonna bet here. So
Yeah, I'm gonna go 1. I'll go 1.
okay.
All right, we will go to Brooklyn. What's your bet?
0.
Coward.
And Eli, I feel like we'll be surprised by what's
There we
written on your
go.
board.
There's the heel that I want to see.
1 point. Shocker. No one ever saw that coming. Your question in the category of Star Wars, gentlemen. Who is the last person to arrive at Jabba's palace in Return of the Jedi? Return of the Jedi is actually my favorite of the original Star Wars trilogy. I just think it's fun and delightful.
I don't really fault anybody for picking any of them because I like them all, and so, people have their favorite.
I'm a Rogue One man myself, personally.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Markers down.
And we will go to Brooklyn.
I think it was also the greatest one-hit wonder of the decade. Somebody that I used to know.
That is incorrect. Eli.
I don't know.
That is correct.
That's correct.
That's correct.
Ties up the game.
It is tied 11-11, going into our third question in the category of Pixar. Yeah.
Should we go 1?
Yeah, well, let's go. Or Brooklyn's decent at Pixar, so he might bet 2. Do we want to? I don't know. You choose between 2 or 1, and you bet what you want to bet between 2 or 1. Actually, Brooklyn might bet 0, so just go 1. Or bet what you want to bet. Bet 2 or 1. I don't.
Best manager ever. Go away.
Leaving me off my own.
Just bet. Do what you want. All right, we will start with Eli. What are you betting?
1.
And Brooklyn.
2.
Oh, shoot.
And your question in Pixar. In Coco, what does Miguel steal that sends him to the land of the dead? I think this is maybe my favorite Pixar movie. I think it's just fantastic.
4,
Taught it to children at the
3,
film camp I worked at. It's great.
1. Markers down.
And we'll start with Eli.
Guitar?
And Brooklyn,
Guitar.
both are correct. Brooklyn taking a 1-point lead. The score being 13-12.
That's Caleb's fault.
There's going to be some
That is my
MMA
fault.
done on.
I'm sorry,
There's going to
Eli.
be some MMA done to Caleb
Yeah.
probably on screen after this. So yeah, the category is Wizarding World. If you want to keep discussing your bets,
I think 0 here, Eli.
All right.
What's the score again?
you are up by 1 point.
13-12.
I'm betting 1. I'm betting 1, Caleb. I got confidence here.
All right.
I guess we already know Eli's betting 1.
We'll go to the man with confidence. Eli, how many points are you betting? Surprise us.
0.
Oh,
The man
Full of
blatantly
all.
lies to us.
0?
Brooklyn.
Howard.
also putting-
all right. So for
Eli
stats, here we
just
go.
baited Brooklyn into not betting any points on this question.
I wasn't gonna bet anything anyways.
All right, your question in Wizarding World. In the Sorcerer's Stone, where do Harry and Ron fight the troll when they go after Hermione?
Oh, I'm glad I didn't.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Markers down.
All right, for stats purposes only, Eli, what you got?
I don't know. I just said the woods.
And Brooklyn.
They fight the troll in a washroom or a bathroom.
Yeah, it's specifically the girls' bathroom. Bathroom is correct. Using the Canadian term for it.
The correct term for it, not just a Canadian term.
All right, gentlemen, your final question in this match, unless we go to sudden death, is in the category of Disney live action.
Okay, so it's 13-12. We're behind by 1, so at the very least we need to bet 1 to stay alive. But do you feel confident enough to bet 2 in this category? Or do you want to bet 1? Eli?
I'll bet 1.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see if he's lying to us again this time.
All right, and we will go to Eli. What is your bet? Did you tell us the truth?
1.
He speaks true. And Brooklyn.
Well, if you get it right, we're going to sudden death. So 0.
Oh,
All right, let's see what happens, gentlemen. Your question is thus: what Disney live action film stars Johnny Depp and was directed by Tim Burton? One question to determine everything.
5, 4.
We also apparently have not been given sudden death.
Eli, you did a second
questions.
repeat.
Question in the category of Disney live action. What Disney live action film stars Johnny Depp and was directed by Tim Burton? This movie, of course, being the only time they have ever worked together. Notoriously, they hate each other.
They do. They do.
It's just a fact.
When they really hate each other, they also bring in Helena Bonham Carter because Tim hates her.
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Markers down.
We will go to Brooklyn
Alice in Wonderland.
and Eli.
Instead of Edward Scissorhands.
And your winner, Brooklyn, the big Canadian boss man, Vail. The answer was, in fact, Alice in Wonderland. Great match, guys. Shall we go to some post-match interviews? Is that what
Let's
we
go
do
ahead.
here?
I will let you start with our winner, Brooklyn Vail.
All right. Brooklyn, my fellow Canadian sir, congratulations. You got your win in Fandom. We haven't seen you in a Fandom singles match since the legendary April Fool's fiasco. And you did a lot better here when there was actual Fandom questions. How does it feel?
It feels fine, you know. They gave me opponent's choice in Star Wars, and I sort of made them sort of eat their words. I often say that Star Wars is incredibly overrated, but you know, I still watch the films, and I know some stuff, and I just happened to get questions that I knew.
Absolutely. Sometimes that's all you can hope for. So you're 1-0 now. You've made it kind of clear that Fandom isn't something you're super like you want to dip your toe in. Is there anyone you would want to face if you keep moving forwards?
Not overly. I would honestly, like, if it was entirely up to me, I would rather give it to somebody who actually cares. But you know, I'm sure that the Kingdom or the First Order are probably just gonna pawn me off to, like, they're gonna be like, oh, we'll give you to, like, I don't know, Jim Green, or they'll give me to one of their or I don't know, they'll give me to like Antonio Chavez or somebody, and then whenever they beat me, they're gonna be like, oh, I can't believe that Antonio Chavez beat that he beat Brooklyn. That was a really tough opponent. I'm not a tough opponent. Cody Newberry even said I was the bottom of the fucking barrel for movie trivia. So honestly, I'll play. I'll tell you right now, I'm not going to study for it. I'm not going to give two flying fucks. But I would honestly rather give my spot to somebody who cares.
Absolutely. Well, I think with that, you said all that can be said. If you come back, you come back. If you don't, you don't. We'll see what happens. Brian, take it away with the Boatman.
All right, so I am here with our unfortunate second place player today, Eli Boatman. You had a decent debut. You actually kept right in the match all the way to the last question. It came down to the last question. How do you feel about your performance today?
I feel like Caleb really let me down, and I'm going to kill him. Ah! Please no! Please no! That's why his mom doesn't like him. Other than that, that was a pretty good match. And I hate losing to 40-year-olds. I should have won that. I am better than Brooklyn. I am much, much better than Brooklyn, as are most trivia players, which is why I'm really disappointed in myself that I have lost.
Well, at least you have someone you can blame it on, and clearly you're going to keep the punishment coming for a long time. So, I mean, actually, this is a win-win situation for everybody because, yes, you lost the match, but we get to see Boatman in pain, maybe even not even come back. So, you know. But, you know, congratulations on having a decent debut. And like I said, you stayed in the match till the end there. Do you have anybody that you've seen play that you would be interested in playing in the future?
Caleb Coho.
He seems to be a favorite call-out around these parts. Maybe one day it'll happen. Who knows? We'll see. But again, what's that?
Said, fight me, Caleb. I'll be easy.
But again, congratulations on a good debut. Sorry you didn't win this time, but better luck next time.
Yeah.
And so as we close it out, Cameron, any final thoughts on the match?
You know, Eli Boatman already fought one Caleb, called out another Caleb for a fight. I think this man just has a vendetta against people named Caleb.
Yeah. But
we're gonna have to start getting more in the league, or else we're gonna run out of people for him to play.
Yeah, we need to get some more of them in here. He can start on the Ryans. There's about 5 of those around here too, so we'll see. All right, but that brings us to the end of this match. Thanks everybody for watching here on Fandom Fights. Make sure to tune into all of our other content here on Multiplex, and we will see you next time.